Okay. Good day, everyone. Welcome, RESA Nation, to Meet the Candidates. I am Yolanda Tillman, aka is Yo. I'm a proud RESA National Board of Directors member and upcoming chair-elect. I also hold the title of RESA First Ambassador. On behalf of our awesome leader, Lady Shell, whom I call her, and of course, our current and awesome board of directors, we welcome each of you to this live broadcast with our candidate, Patricia Marie Kelly, who is interested in serving on our board. I want to acknowledge our awesome headquarters staff member, Ms. Joanna, for assisting me today. And thanks to our whole headquarters team, Felicia and Gina, for their many talents and gifts they bring to RESA. We are reminded that our RESA vision is an industry where high standards are well established and practiced universally, and the use of professional staging is standard practice when selling real estate. So here we are in our continued efforts in paying it forward. So without further ado, we welcome Miss Patricia as she shares her gifts, her talents, her contributions to this real estate industry. Patricia, I have just a few questions for you. And how about we get this party started?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to do that.
Let's do it.
All right, my dear, sounds good. Okay, so Patricia, why would you want to serve on the RESA National Board of Directors? And what specific skills or any experiences do you bring that will contribute to the organization's growth and success?
Let's see, how much time do we have?
Just a few minutes.
To say that, I have passion for the home staging, I think that's something that we all have, and that's why we're here today, is because we have such great passion for it that no matter what happens, whether there's COVID or real estate ups and downs, we're still going to be here because of our passion. So, but I think for me, it goes a little deeper, that I have a passion for making a positive difference. I've always had that. If I can bring someone's life to make it a little better, a little easier, a little more knowledgeable, a little more financially successful, whatever it is that's their goal, if I can help be a part of that, that is what makes me me. I love knowing that I've helped bring someone a little closer to a chapter that they're trying to achieve. I'm a big problem solver. I'm analytical, which gets to be annoying, but it's very beneficial. I'm very much a strategist. I like systems. I'm a pen and paper kind of girl. I like systems. I like procedures. I like standards, which I know is a scary word for people, but I just like things structured. I like growth and movement. I think all those things are what, involves in a board. You need all those skills.
You do.
And I think when you have a good board, you have like-mindedness and you have like passions. We all have a stake in the industry. There's a reason why we want the industry to not just survive, but grow and flourish and keep going. But I think when you have different backgrounds that we come from, it makes a well-rounded board, because you get different viewpoints that maybe you didn't think of, and you get different angles at looking at things. So I always said, it's not the answers that you bring to the table, it's the right questions.
Right.
Because the questions can be answered 1,000 different ways. And if you're open-minded to the answers, that's what brings those solutions on there. So I'm one of those kind of people that I'm very strong-minded on what I believe, but I'm also very open-minded on hearing the other side on how maybe this is a great question, but maybe the solution needs a little bit more discussion.
Right.
And I think that's what a board is for. It's to come up with solutions to challenges, or how do we grow forward? And we do that as a collaborative team with our different backgrounds, how we did it in our past successfully. And I have a unique situation where I would say pretty much all my life, but for a lot of my past years, I've been involved in industries that were very misunderstood because they were thought of like home staging. Anybody could just do it. I was in the fitness industry, and this is back in the 80s, and people, oh, you just stick on a piece of leotards, you jump around and you're good to go. And it's like, no, 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 no. There's a lot of education, there's a lot of knowledge. And it took being the kind of the person that I am and a lot of other people like-minded to get together, to form committees, to form chapters, to form boards, so that we could propel the industry forward and educate them that there's more to it than just standing there and looking good and, you know, jumping around. And that's how the fitness industry actually got to be more standardized, where they had certifications, where it was common knowledge that you just couldn't get up and be a personal trainer. You had to go through training. And then I went through, and then later on in life, I became a professional organizer. Again, an industry where people like, oh, all you have to do is shove it under the rug or under the bed and it's good to go. But it took chapters, and it took boards, and it took members all to work collaboratively to make sure that the community, the consumers in that knew that, okay, yes, there is people out there doing this that don't have any knowledge, but we as NABO members, or we as RESA members, you know, if you want to translate it that way, that we have knowledge, we have value, we have an understanding, and we have ethics, we have standards, so that the community knows, yes, there are people out there that are doing it, but we as the members of this association are knowledgeable and are passionate, and we're moving forward with professionalism. Yes. So I think with having those other industries under my belt, it gives me a better understanding, and it has helped me as a business to understand that people don't look at us and completely understand what it is we do and our value. And that's something that all through the years, 50 years now, and we're still struggling for value. So it's something that we need to do, but it's something I'm passionate about solving, because I'm a problem solver. So
all right, great. Okay, so tell me, in your view, Patricia, what is the most significant contribution RESA has made to the home staging industry, and how do you plan to advocate and build upon these achievements during your tenure on the board?
You know, I think and I've been with a lot of other associations, but I've always stayed with RESA because they provided a consistent platform all along. There's a sense of family with colleagues, even though we're per se competitors competing for the same, you know, property sometimes, or the same level of achievement. There's a really sense of support and collaboration within RESA, and especially RESA HQ itself. You always know that you can pick up the phone and give them a call. There's going to be Shell, there's going to be Gina, there's going to be Felicia, there's going to be Joanne, there's going to be somebody that's going to be able to help you. You know, and that's a very important feature, not just for someone who's starting the business, but a lifelonger like me, to know that no matter where you are in your business, RESA is there. And it's made me a loud and proud person of RESA. When I talk to clients, or just someone in passing, and they say, oh, do you have to be certified? Or, oh, what kind of education? And I say, you know what, I'm a member of RESA, and we do this, this, and this. And they, what is RESA? And then I get started with that. They can't stop me at that point, because it's just, I'm very proud of what RESA stands for, you know, and to be an advocate to say, let me help it go even further. That's like a blessing right there. That's something to be grateful for, to say, let me help make it even more loud and more proud and grow further. So,
wow. That leads you on point, my dear. That leads me to the next question. As an advocate, as you just mentioned, of RESA, can you provide maybe just one or two or so examples of like specific initiatives or strategies you have implemented in the past to promote the organization's mission and values? And how will you leverage your advocacy skills to benefit RESA on a national level?
Well, let's see. I've always raised my hand when it came to anything that RESA was needing, if there was an opening or a volunteer or a committee, because I think it benefited both. Not only did it help RESA go forward, but it helped me to get, one, a better understanding of the industry, and also be able to use that to let people know what RESA is. I could say I'm currently on a committee for this, and we are doing that. It shows how strong RESA is. It shows my commitment to home staging. So I think being loud and proud and always including the RESA somehow in the conversation on my website and my social media, being a part of the community to let people know it exists and what it means for me as a professional, why it gives me some credibility. I just think that we as RESA, the members were one voice, but I think when it comes to RESA as a whole, or even the board, I think this is where we need to start connecting the dots to connect the one voice of the member to the chapter, and the chapter to RESA as a whole, so that it's more nationally known. I think that's where we just need to connect the dots a little more, so that all the jobs that we're doing out there individually start getting formed together as one big unit to make a more national appearance for people to know about us.
All right. Okay. Well, excites you, my dear, about the future of the home staging industry, and how do you envision RESA's role in shaping this future, which you've already kind of explained a little bit, but please share any innovative ideas or plans you have to propel the industry forward.
I've been in this industry like 17 years, and
wow, it's a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
What's exciting is there's so many different ways you can be in the industry. There is no one particular way to run your business. You can be in luxury, you can be in commercial, you can be anything in this. You can be in STRs. And I think it's exciting because there are so many different ways to express your talent or your particular niche talents that you have. But I think we're at a crossroad in this industry, because the industry has been around for so long that we've got a lot of newbies coming in that need guidance. And then we also have a lot of lifetimers that have been in here for a long time. So there's two situations going on, and a crossroad where we've got lifers that we can, a pool of knowledge, so many awesome stagers that we can pull their knowledge from to help mentor the ones coming in. And on the negative side of that is that we've got so many new that we've got to look at two different types of members, two different types of needs, and figure out how we can connect those together so that everyone can stay under the RESA umbrella for years and years going forward. We have to respect everyone at each individual level, which is hard to do, but I think that is a big need right now. And because the industry is so wide open, sometimes we fall in those gaps of getting lost of who to help and how to help. And I would be excited to be on the board if I had that opportunity, so that maybe we can help fill in these gaps and figure out how to bring a little more, bring everyone together. Yeah. Take the lifers and the news and figure out how we can Jenga.
I know, right?
Tetris everyone together and figure out how they can work better in that. Because I think there's just a little bit of a gap right now of those who have been in a long time and those who are just coming in.
Okay.
Did I answer that for you?
You did. So volunteering on a board requires a passion, a true passion for the organization's mission. Can you share maybe a personal story or an experience that exemplifies your dedication to RESA's goals, and how does your passion drive your commitment to the board's work?
That's interesting. Now, over the anyone who knows me, over the last couple of years, I've had to deal with a disabled husband and that, and it's been a huge burden. I've had to switch and shift how I handle staging, what niches I belong to, and things like that. So I've had a lot of shifting and learning over the years.
Okay.
But on the positive side is that this shifting, I could have easily said, you know what, I just cannot do staging. I need to do something else. You would think it would be an interference. It's actually been my lifesaver. Because of my passion of staging, it has kept me going. It is my thing that makes me get up every day. And the fact that I'm old, see, I lose my train of thought sometimes.
It's okay, darling.
But what I wanted to, it's that over these last 7 years, even though there's been this big personal challenge, I have never let it get in the middle of my goals of my staging. I've still volunteered for whenever there was things for RESA. I've applied for openings. I'm applying today because even though I do have a lot of personal challenges I need to do, I still want to roll up my sleeves every day and be a part of this industry because it gives me life, it gives me breath, and it gives me a different perspective on each day that can't be done if you just walk away. So I think it's what RESA and what the industry give to me and what I can give back make this whole other world that separates me from what's going on in my personal life and gives me new energy to attack the personal. So one just keeps feeding the other, you know? So I think, yeah.
Okay, awesome here. Wow. And last but not least, networking plays a vital role in awareness campaigns. How do you plan to leverage your professional network to promote RESA, which you have already probably shared with us, and can you provide maybe an example of how you've successfully utilized your connections in the past for similar purposes?
Yeah, I think in the past, when you're a member, you look at things more on a level of how does this affect me, or how does this affect me locally for my business, which is good. But I think when you become on a national level leadership, you gain a whole new perspective of not just how does it affect me, but how does it affect the members? How does it affect the industry? And I think it opens up your mind as to a more global solutions and creativity, meaning things like chapters become more important because it's not just a chapter in my area, it's a chapter nationwide, how they connect together and how they work and how they promote RESA as a whole. It becomes community awareness. RESA may be very well known in one community and not another. So when you're on a national level, you've got to think globally. How is this going to help us, not just in California, but in New York and everything in between?
Right.
So I think opening up your mind, thinking more on a global basis of what is ready work for you now locally, so that you're helping the members. You know, I think I'm big on chapters. I think we're only touching the iceberg of what, you know, the tip of the iceberg on what chapters could be and what they are for. I'd love to see more chapter inspiration and development, more member resources to close that gap. And I would love to see more community awareness. I think RESA, and we've done an excellent job at collaborating within the industry and making connections to build up our industry. I think we've done an awesome job at that. But I think if you walked your neighborhood and asked 100 neighbors, 99 out of them would not know who RESA is, and that's a problem. I think we need to be just like the realtors. They need to know NAR stands behind the realtors, RESA stands behind, you know, its stagers. I think when we get to that point, or if we can even get closer to that point, we're gonna come far.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh my God. Bravo, bravo. All right.
Where's the dripping water? Oh no, I don't know.
What a great interview with you. And thank you so very much, Miss Patricia. I really appreciate you. And Joanna, by chance, do we have any questions in the chat box?
I don't see any in the chat. Let me check the Facebook stream real quick.
Check and see if any members have any questions for you, Patricia, but
scared them away.
No, I think we answered them all.
Covered it all.
I don't see any.
Okay, sweetie, thank you.
Okay,
And
well, let's do it again.
I also wanted to remind everyone that voting for all of the candidates will begin next week, October 23rd through November the 1st. So please cast your votes. I want you to go to your calendar on your phones and plug it in, and we need your votes, please. And Patricia, do you have any final comments you want to leave with us?
No, I think I've said enough.
You were very
Thank
good.
You so much.
Yes. You're so very welcome. So again, we want to thank you for taking the time out, being with us today, and all that you do for the real estate industry. So it is well deserved, well appreciated. So hope to see you soon. Okay. And I'm going to say you take good care of yourself, your family, and all. Okay.
All right. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. And that's a wrap, ladies.
All right.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yes, you too. Bye-bye now.
Bye.